PR Connections Radio presents. This episode of the PR Connections podcast is brought to you by Classy Communications PR and Advertising. Classy Communications provides public relations and marketing solutions for businesses, professionals, and nonprofit organizations. It can deliver the true meaning of your business with press releases, social media marketing, web development, email marketing, book publishing, and much more. Wherever your potential clients are, they can help you connect with them. Visit classycommunications.net to learn more about their suite of services that can help your business stand out from the rest. Classy Communications is your solution for business success.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to prconnectionsradio.com. My name is Guy Dawson, and I am your host. And I generally do interviews when I host podcasts here on our network. But today I wanted to take some time to talk about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that I have been engaged in for a very, very long time. And I think that there's a lot of benefit for those of you who are in business or running organizations out there. I feel that some of the information that I'm going to talk about today will be very, very beneficial for you. By the way, if you want to learn more about what we do at this network, please visit our website, prconnectionsradio.com. Also, the PR Connection Show is on a host of audio streaming sites, including Spotify and Amazon Music, and we would greatly appreciate a review on one of those sites of the PR Connections radio show. My background with the network, PR Connections Radio, began back in 2011, and that was when I was offered the opportunity to host a radio show on an on an AM radio station here in Las Vegas. So the way that I ended up there was I run a public relations and advertising company that is actually the sponsor of the PR Connections Network called Classy Communications. I was new in business at that time. And I was there representing a nonprofit organization that dealt with bullying. So back in those times, bullying was a huge, huge topic. It's still actually a huge topic, but I think around 2007, 8, 9, and 10, when it seems like when social media started to become more prominent is when bullying started to really become something that was in the headlines. Lots of talk about the effects of bullying. But anyway, I was representing this nonprofit organization that dealt with bullying. And I had booked a media appearance for them at a station, an old station here. It was called KLAV, an AM radio station. And so I was in the studio with the guy that ran the nonprofit organization. He made his appearance. And while I was there, the guy who was hosting the show asked me to come on the air and talk a little bit about my business, which I really enjoyed. As a public relations person, you're kind of used to being behind the scenes when you do things. You know, you're there promoting the client, making sure that they get recognition and publicity. And, you know, the way that my business from the PR standpoint gets publicity is by providing publicity for other people. So I had never really considered generating my own podcast or radio show. Back at those times, podcasts were just beginning to gain popularity. After that opportunity, and I was leaving the studio, one of the salesmen approached me and he said, "Guy, you know, you're a marketing and public relations person. There's a lot of people out there who would like to learn how to leverage some of the things that you know to improve their business. And have you ever considered getting your own radio show started?" I had never really thought about it, but as he talked to me about it, I could see the value from a marketing perspective in me sharing tips about, you know, how to be more effective with your public relations and marketing. And before I left the studio that day, he had come up with a name, which was PR Connections. And so, yes, my good friend Bruce Garrett, he is a legendary broadcaster. He is responsible for the name of our network. He said, PR Connections, you're a PR guy. Why don't you talk call the show PR Connections. And I left that studio that day with a show. He says, start out once a month and see if you like it. And after that, maybe you could get a weekly show. I began to develop this podcast, or again, no, it wasn't a podcast. It was actually a radio show back then. And I finally went on the air, and it really surprised me how impactful media is. And again, being a public relations person and booking my clients on different platforms related to media, I mean, I was already tied into the media space, but actually producing media, once I got that show up and running, it was really a surprise to me how effective it was. So what I was doing was reaching out to a lot of people that I knew in the business community here in Las Vegas and inviting them to come onto the show to talk about what they did. I even got a certain amount of people to become sponsors of the show. They wanted their name to be tied in with it. And it was really it became an effective tool for business. After a year of doing a show once a month, I decided, hey, this is a good platform for my business. And I got a weekly show going. So I was doing AM radio. This is the beginnings. These are the origins. And as I mentioned, the real purpose behind this show that I'm doing with all of you today is to show you how powerful media is. Again, this was back in the era when AM radio still had an impact. AM radio still has an impact, actually. But I guess, you're talking about 15, what are we, almost 15 years ago when I got started with this. So AM radio definitely has its place even today, but of course the technology has really evolved. So what I saw right away through the shows that I was doing as the years went on, I did AM radio, I did FM radio, I ended up having an internet television show, I ended up having a cable television show, and through this progression, I began to learn a lot about media internally. So as a public relations person, the way media works is you make connections with reporters, people in the media, people who host shows, and you're basically trying to book people who you're working with to appear on those shows. Well, we're still doing that to this very day. Classy Communications, so much of what we do is all about making sure that our clients are taken care of. We have our own media platforms that we present them on, but we are also extremely motivated to make sure that our clients get a lot of media coverage elsewhere. All these different media experiences I had began to teach me what works when it comes to promoting your business through media. In 2020, I made a decision that I wanted to actually develop a streaming network, which has now become PR Connections Radio, to offer other people who are in business or who have speaking platforms or who are in personal development, a space to be able to get their message out with an organized system around them. There was something that I was learning through the years being a part of all these different stations and working with a lot of broadcasters. As I mentioned, as things went along, then podcasting became very prominent. One thing that I learned was people would they could see the impact. They could see the value of developing their own TV show or radio show or podcast. The challenge that I saw that a lot of them had, though, was the system and the ongoing motivation to keep those shows going. When you're developing a radio show or a television show or a podcast, and specifically if it's something that you're using because you want to bring more business to yourself, consistency is the key. You have to stay in front of people long enough and get them to the point where people identify you, your brand, or your business with something. And that requires time. That means you've got to do lots of podcasts, lots of shows to where people begin to connect what you do with a certain thing. Through developing this podcast, so this is what we've been working on since 2020. Our network we're almost in our 6th year of broadcasting. We have about 17 different shows on our network. And what I've watched through the development of this and bringing people on the air and seeing their podcasts become more valuable, powerful, impactful, profitable, is that media is extremely powerful. But in this day and age, specifically podcast media, when it comes to business, is an outstanding platform in order to promote what it is that you do. For instance, with this show, PR Connections, as I talked about when we got started today, generally I use this platform as a way to be able to show interviews that I do with people that I know who are in business. Sometimes I bring on prospective clients before I even make them my clients. I'll bring them on a podcast and give them the opportunity to promote what it is that they do. And then as later on, I've already shown some good faith. Later on, what I'll do is I'll reach out to one of these prospective clients and say, hey, would you be interested in potentially having a podcast on our network? Or I can talk to them about other service that our public relations firm offers. The good faith of having them on a podcast, promoting their business, is something that is obviously very appealing to people because people are so into podcasts nowadays. So it's just been an excellent tool for our personal business with the public relations and advertising company. I have a specific client, actually. His name is Trenton Briscoe. And Trenton appeared on one of our podcasts and decided that he was interested in having his own podcast. He is really an expert in the field of foster parenting. And he was a leader in an organization called National Youth Advocate Program. That nonprofit organization encourages people to become foster parents. He started a podcast that is still on our network called Briscoe Bridge to Fostering. And the podcast is all about teaching people the value of becoming a foster parent. He does lots of interviews and things. And he hosted his podcast for a while on the network. He saw the value of it. He's continuing to be one of the podcasts that we have on our network. And after I had worked with him a while on the podcasting side, I approached him and said, Trenton, maybe you'd be interested. Yes, we do podcasting. That's one of the elements of our company. Would you possibly be interested in utilizing more of the services that we have as a PR firm in terms of getting the word out about what you do? We have a lot of services on the public relations side that could be very helpful for your nonprofit organization. And as I talked to him about more of the things that we had to offer, he could see the value in it. And he reached out to the national leaders in his organization, and they decided that they were willing to invest some money in promoting the nonprofit here in Las Vegas to help him get more people to become foster parents. Using a PR firm would be something that they saw value in. And so now, starting with a podcast, a simple podcast, now we are the public relations firm for him, his organization here locally. And so that's just an example that I wanted to share with all of you of the value of podcasting. So we've got a serious public relations client as a direct result of what we do through podcasting. And I want you all to know that you can do the same with whatever business it is that you are running, or if you are a consultant or a coach, or you have a nonprofit organization that you want to bring more notoriety to. Using a podcast as a vehicle, it can be an extremely effective way of growing your audience, making direct sales. As I talked about there, the podcast that we host on this network and the fact that Classy Communications is one of the sponsors of the network, that's a great thing from a branding and messaging perspective, because We're constantly putting our network out there in front of people, our company out there in front of people, which inevitably is going to bring back business. But I wanted to give you a direct sale that we gathered because of our podcasting to show you that you could do the exact same thing. Again, the consistency is the key. So with us in this specific network, we have, of course, our audio streaming, or I'll talk about our audio streaming platform. Video streaming, many of you are watching us via video streaming right now, is what was the bread and butter, still is the bread and butter of the network. But we've really gotten into our audio streaming presence over about the last year and a half, which is all of the audio streams, the recordings of these shows are done both in video and audio. So what we do is we take your audio streaming, we upload it to a host of sites, and we stream all of your the audios out on, as I had mentioned before, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio. There are about 20 different audio streaming sites where all of these streams are recorded, and people can go in their own time and listen to all of the shows that we record here. As a matter of fact, there are hundreds and hundreds of people all over the world who are downloading, if not thousands of people, who are downloading these audio streams that we are creating for the people who podcast on our network. One of the things that I like about the podcasting platform, this has been a real evolution from, as I had mentioned before, back in the mid 2000s when I was on traditional radio. With traditional radio, you're on the air, a person hears your show one time generally, and then unless the station plays a replay, you don't hear that show again. The great thing about the streaming era and the podcasting era is that all of these audio and video streams have become what I call evergreen products, because they live on sites forever. As I had mentioned, with us with audio streaming, is that we have a host of sites that are storing all of these shows that we stream on the network, which means that a person in London or a person in Mexico or Brazil or New York or Vancouver, Canada, at their leisure can listen to any of these podcasts. And because these podcasts are stored there, it could be years and years and years before a person listens to your podcast. But you never know where that business is going to come from. The fact that it's living there and you've been promoting what you do through your podcast on our network or some network that you are a part of means that you have access to these people forever, literally forever. With us on the video streaming side, which is, again, what this network was developed through the audio video streaming side. Our videos stream on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, and as well as the fact that all of these video streams are stored at prconnectionsradio.com for people to go and watch as well. So you've got that level of evergreen storage of videos. Again, so you record something once, you put it out, your brand's all over it, and people can go back and watch and enjoy your content for years and years and years to come. What a fantastic way to keep your brand out there and in front of people. Again, by just consistently recording content. We have our own process at PR Connections Radio in which we get the word out about what you do. Okay, so we have the streams, we have all these social media platforms, we have a newsletter. So we literally are putting you in front of unique audiences through different ways. You can do this yourself through your own podcast, by the way. The great thing about our network, and the reason why we promote this and we encourage you to want to become a part of what we do, is that our system has been designed for your success. So rather than you having to try to figure all this out, the streaming portion of it, having the motivation to get it done, that's what I've seen with so many broadcasters and podcasters through the years. It's not that they don't have great content. It's just that they need a vehicle to help them to be able to get that podcast out there. The system around you is just so important. And that's the value that we offer at PR Connections Radio is we have a whole staff that takes care of the things and allows you to just come on the air, bring your content, share what it is that you do, and we take care of a lot of it for you. So there's, again, a lot of the value that we offer at prconnectionsradio.com. But I would encourage anyone out there. Yes, we would love to have you if you're interested in learning more about how to be a podcaster at PR Connections Radio. Please send an email to info@prconnectionsradio.com, and I can give you a whole lot more details, or a member of our staff can give you more details about how to have your own podcast on our network. But for any of you out there, podcasting is is one of the most powerful vehicles for business success. One of the great things I think about podcasting is that you're able, through consistently putting these shows out, to get into depth about what it is that you have to offer. And what happens is you start to get followers, people who enjoy your content, and they will religiously watch your shows, watch your live streams, watch and listen to your recordings. And that's how you build relationships with people. When it comes to business, know, like, and trust is such an important aspect. And people spend money with you because they know, like, and trust you. And through podcasting, you develop these relationships with people out there. And after a while, they really begin to know, like, and trust you. And they're willing to purchase your product because you've developed this relationship. And so, again, that's what we do at the network, prconnectionsradio.com. Again, you can always go to our website, prconnectionsradio.com, for more details. You can scan with the QR code that you see in the upper left-hand corner as you're watching this video to go to our website to learn more about what we do. And we have very affordable packages out there for those of you who might be interested in getting your own podcast started through our network. We have a worldwide reach, both on the audio side and the video streaming side. Our network is really it's growing. We are actually working on a platform as well now in which we are going to start doing what's called white labeling of your podcast. So for some of you, you're just going to want to become a part of what we do at PR Connections and be in our a part of our network and want to tap into our marketing systems and the way that we do things. And we can certainly help you with that. However, we know that there are other people out there who just want help with producing your podcast. And we can help you with that as well. You can come in, and we will do what is called white labeling of your show, which means our brand won't be on any of it, but through our systems that we have in the background that are extremely effective in helping you to be able to create a quality podcast, you can get the word out about what you do through your own social media sites, upload this content to your website or wherever else you want to air it without having our branding on it. Another element of what we do is if you have events that are in person, everything we do through this network that you're watching on all these different shows that we're airing, most of this is done through a virtual process. So we have what we call virtual video engineers. So we bring people into virtual studios, record these shows, and then air them on all the different places where I've already talked about. But we also have the capacity at PR Connections to come and do live airings of events that you host, such as conferences, birthday parties, union meetings, anything related to sporting events, beauty pageants. That's another element of what we do at PR Connections is we can create a unique experience in person for things that you are hosting. And so again, for more information about that, please visit our website, prconnectionsradio.com, or send an email to me, info@prconnectionsradio.com, to learn how we can promote you in that way as well. If you'd like us to come and cover one of your events, we'll do the video, audio streaming, photography, all the elements to create a unique experience we can bring to you with our network. So anyway, I hope you are enjoying your day and that you enjoy some of the information that I shared. Again, many of you, you're just used to me doing interviews with people, which is what I truly enjoy as a podcaster, as a journalist, and I will continue to do these interviews. But I just want to let you know, podcasting is my game, and it's the game of PR Connections Radio. We want you to be more successful in whatever it is that you do. And if we can help you to do that through our media platforms, we're here to help. Again, if you want to get more information about what we do, visit our website, prconnectionsradio.com, or you can email me, info@prconnectionsradio.com. Hope you enjoy your day, and I'm looking forward to sharing a podcast with you sometime soon. Take care of yourselves.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.